I'm going to teach you the #1 best way to make silver in Albion Online that is completely safe. It's only going to take a few minutes to teach you, but the rest of the video is going to talk about the history of the previous methods on how to, the old ways to make the best silver in the game that no longer work, why they don't work, and where this game's direction is headed, and why currently gathering is the best way to make money. But first, I'm going to show you the wrong way to gather. I am in full tier 8.3, and I don't have any gathering gear on. We're going to count how many impalas, that's these little deer creatures, it takes to fill a tier 2 journal, and I'm going to show you how much hide we get when we skin them. So I'm just going to shoot the impalas here, and I'm not going to skin the big one, I'm just going to skin the little ones here, because, reasons, okay? So we're skinning the impala there, and go ahead and kill that impala. There we go. So that's 1, that's 2, and then there's 1 right there, that's 3, and we're gonna fill this journal up. It looks like it's gonna take at least 33 of them, so I'm gonna go ahead and count that, and I will be right back. Okay, we are up to 25 kills, and we still don't have the filled journal. It's almost filled, though. That will be 26, and, well, 1 more, maybe? We're at 26. And then that is 27. So we have skinned 27 impalas to fill 1 tier 3 journal. So hide gathered, which is, without gathering gear, 422. Silver is, the silver worth of that is 21,669. And now let me show you the same result if we wore gathering gear. So with gathering gear on now, you can see I have an additional 70% gathering yield. You can see here this is 35%, and then these 2 pieces, the helmet and boots, are 17%. So let's see how many impalas now it takes to get one of these tier 2 gathering journals filled. Okay, so that's 1 impala. Alright, let's kill this one, and then that is 2. And you can see we're getting about 25 per, so not too bad. At 450, that shouldn't take too long. I'll be right back. Okay, so far I've skinned 17 impalas, and we're almost filled, so 1 more should do it. So this puts us at 18 impalas to max out the journal instead of 27. So there we go. So that's 18 impalas. And let's see, hide just from the 18 was 384. And the silver, well, we don't need to calculate the silver on that because we know it's going to be less than the 422. But let's go ahead and kill 9 more impalas so that we can match, the 27 kills earlier and compare how much hide we get. So here is the results with the gathering gear. At 27 impala kills, we have 566 hide, and we have, well, which is worth 29,063 silver. And there we go. So wearing the gathering gear gives us just that much more. Now, I also forgot to eat the pork pie. If I were to eat a pork pie, that's an additional 15% yield increase, which is almost like just having the boots or the helmet on by itself. And that would give us, well, another little boost. So let's start talking about all the old ways that was meta for making silver in Albion Online that is no longer the case, and why. Also, before we do that, I know you may be thinking, well, why don't you just make a full-blown gathering guide? And I have. I've made so many. Just go to my channel, go to the search bar and type skinning. You can type gathering, you can type, money making, silver making, and I have over 400 videos on this game. There are so many up-to-date videos. If they're not up-to-date, it will say so in the title, so you can feel free to ignore those. I've updated all of the titles, so they're all good to go. And I'll tell you, like, there's so many guides that I have on my channel about skinning and gathering and making money. So this is not one of them. This is just talking about the history of the old methods and why they no longer work, and why the current one, which is skinning and gathering, why it's the king of making silver safely and reliably and consistently without need for luck and without need for risk. Okay, so let's talk about the history of this game. Back in the day, I'm talking 2 to 3 years ago, solo dungeons were the meta for silver making, okay? There was no big fame boost for doing open world mobs, and solo dungeons dropped tons of treasure and loot to the point where I could farm yellow zones and make 1 to 2 million silver per hour just speedrunning solo yellow zone dungeons all day. It was amazing. It was great, and now That number is about 600,000 per hour, okay? I can still speedrun Yellow Zone dungeons, and on average, I have tested this for the past 2 weeks, every single day for hours, every single day, and my current average for silver per hour is 600,000. That is with premium and with full 8.3 gear and maximum specs, running floors as fast as 1 minute 45 seconds. Also back in the day, corrupted dungeons used to also reward much more treasure than they currently do. You didn't even need to PvP in these things. All you had to do was just open the treasure chests, and you could make 3 to 5 million per hour just doing stalker corrupted dungeons, which did have a little bit of risk, but generally you wouldn't either encounter players or you could just break crystals and run away, so maybe you would die 2 to 3 times in a 14-hour, play session, but that's still really good. Avalonian Roads was another meta that has been heavily nerfed. This one is just a change to the game that makes the treasures not so good anymore. Crop growing alt characters. This was my favorite method for making silver. Is you would get a new character and you would give it premium, and then it would generate enough revenue through the crops that you grow by just watering the crops on that character every day to not only pay for the premium for that character, but also to pay for premium of another character. So, one character becomes 2 characters, becomes 4 characters, becomes 8 characters, becomes 16, becomes 32, 64. You get the idea. This has been nerfed because of the economy, but also because the price of premium increased to 3,750 gold, or 16.3 million silver. Okay, so even in that 30 days time, if you grow crops every day with the focus that you earn, you will not generate enough revenue to rebuy premium. Even if you don't miss a day and you perfectly grow crops with maximum spec, you will not be able to afford premium by simply spending your focus on growing crops. This means growing crop alt characters are doomed, and you have to find another way to supplement their income, which hurts crafters, okay? So specialized focus crafting alts. Now this one is got a star next to it because it technically can still make you more silver than the cost of premium, but it's really tedious, okay? I have a chef character, and that chef character can make me 30 to 50 million silver a month, and I spend very little time on him, though there is still time spent on him every single day, spending that 10,000 focus. So, to me, because I have to pay a fee of 16.3 million, and this is continually rising, by the way, especially because the, why are all the journals blank? What the hell? Look at this. Oh wait, you can't see it. Look, there's no text on the journals. I've never seen this bug before. On the left here, there's supposed to be text that shows you what the journals are, and it's gone. That's so creepy. Weird. Anyway, you can see right here the global discount is 13.08% currently. That's going to eventually go away, and then that's when gold will, or silver for gold, will technically stabilize. Okay, but anyway, the point is that it's a lot of work for my crafting characters to make the cost of the monthly premium and then the silver afterwards. It's a lot of work for not enough silver. So while you can still make silver doing it, it's not nearly as much because of the costs and because of the economy getting screwed over by the cartel, which I'm going to talk about right now. Refining alts. This is something that the cartel is currently doing. Now, here's the thing, right? Yes, refining alts can make you money, but soon enough they won't be able to because the cartel is closing. They're closing that money making method forever. Let me show you what I'm talking about, okay? Currently in the game, the cartel has taken over 2 towns. They have taken over Thetford and Martlock. So if you go to Thetford and you want to refine ore, okay? You want to refine ore? Well, guess what? Every ore station costs too damn much, okay? And you're not gonna make nearly as much as you used to refining ore. And well, it looks like some people have rebelled. Okay, yeah, actually, maybe not. Maybe refining alts are back in, boys. But yesterday, every single one of these was in the 3,000 to 4,000. It looks like there's some new people that bought some stations and they're fighting back. But I don't know. This one's a maybe now. I swear. Here's the thing, right? when the cartel gets a stranglehold on part of the economy, they don't let go, but something's going on at Thetford, okay? What about Marlock? Marlock got taken over recently, too, with, yeah, with the Tanners, so that's 3,000, 3,000. See, look at this. Okay, maybe they just moved to leather instead. Maybe they've loosened their grip a bit on ores. I'm not sure what's going on, but every single tannery is way too damn expensive in Martlock, and you may be wondering, well, what if I just refine elsewhere? Well, guess what? Marlock is the only place you can refine hide for that bonus. Okay, if you're not getting that bonus, you're not making a profit, and you're losing money. So eventually, the cartel will probably re-get their stranglehold back on Martlock and do the same thing. But look, there's a lot of these now that are a little bit low in price, so that's okay. Maybe people rose up. I don't know. Man, I should have filmed this yesterday when it was still overpriced. But hey, if the cartel fails their takeover, then refining alts are still a decent way to make money, assuming you specialize them. Okay. And then being a shop owner, they changed the taxes recently, and I don't know a single shop owner that is making a decent enough profit to be worth it. They all tell me it's too much of a time sink. It takes like 4 to 5 hours of their day just to manage and feed the shops. They're having problems feeding the shops, and that they barely break even, and that the silver that they get for the shops that are successful, it's not worth the hassle or the trouble. Next up is island rental. There's no reason to rent islands unless someone is just a whale and wants to min-max, their crop growing specialization. Like, I've got 2 of these maxed out, and I would like to have them all maxed out, sure, but if I rent a ton of islands, yeah, I can max them out pretty darn quick. However, there's no point to max them out anymore because they don't make profit, because the cost of premium is too damn high, and I don't want to pay real money for that. No one does. So there's no reason to rent islands right now. Therefore, it is not a meta way to make silver. And the economy probably won't change on those because people are sitting on millions of stockpiles of seeds from the global discount being so low a while back that it's going to take years to burn through all those seeds. Okay, so the current metas for making silver that are safe and not reliant on RNG or random number generator, okay, is gathering. If you go out and you gather anything at this point in the game, because SBI has, they're very strict on bots at the moment. They are just eliminating bots left and right. But at one point in this game's history, they let bots reign for like a whole year. They didn't touch bots for an entire year. And gathering was terrible. Gathering like just bottomed out because there was so many bots that you couldn't make money gathering because bots were just doing it. And you were selling for bottom dollar. But right now that's not the case, okay? And then the next one is Yellow Zone Faction Warfare, because you cannot lose your gear. And you will almost always consistently earn faction points, which you can buy hearts and sell them for silver. It is a decent and reliable way to make money. I can make about $1 million an hour doing faction warfare. But the cool thing is that you can combine the faction warfare with gathering. So you can just go out and gather, and if there's a fight nearby, you can join in on the fight and then go back to gathering, and you're doing both at the same time. Transport ganking is another one, which you need high specs and high gear to do. And you can dismount players and steal their hearts, and also you get contributed into the war efforts, so you get a lot of faction points doing it solo. This also makes me about 1 million an hour, so I can make about 2 million an hour doing faction warfare combined with transport ganking, but transport ganking is only during prime time. If like right now, it's off hours, it's like 3:48 UTC in the morning. If I went out to gank transports, there aren't any because everyone's sleeping. So yeah, I might find 1 or 2 out there, but I'm not gonna like consistently find 1 or 2 a minute. All right, and then finally, corrupted dungeons. They're still okay. You can still make about 800,000 to 2 million per hour, depending on a lot of luck, really. But if you go to your daily activities board, and whenever this one right here in this big square, daily events, is a corrupted dungeon one, you get a bonus to loot. And that bonus to loot seems to just make treasure drop like crazy. Even though it says it's only 10%, I think it's like a base 10%. I don't know the math, I don't know how it works, but every time I do corrupted dungeons during that bonus event, I can make easily 1.52 million an hour. Easy. and I just rat dungeons. I don't PvP, I don't sign up, I don't fight anybody. I just go clear the dungeon in 6 minutes, loot the 3 chests and the boss, and go to the next floor. And then when my 30-minute food buff is done, I just go back and bank it all, or sell it on the market, or whatever. So that is the 3 current safe money-making methods. Now, the one that I didn't list here is mist ratting. So what is mist ratting? That's when you go into the mists, into the black zone mists. You get a PvP set that is designed to execute people or snatch loot, or at least tag someone so that when they die, you can scoop up their loot and run the hell away from them. And that's what mist ratting is. It's just hurting someone enough so that you can steal the loot from their dead body. And if you do this, you can make about 30 to 50 million silver a week. But the gear that you're going to spend doing this, because you will die doing this sometimes, you will get, teamed up on and killed, because they know what you're doing, and you're going to lose anywhere from 10 to 30 million silver in loot, and that's loot that you've also picked up. So, in reality, you're only making like 1 to 2 million silver a day doing it, and I do it for about an hour a day. I've been doing it for about 1 hour a day, where I just steal people's stuff. Not on Soul Benji, of course, but they recently made the mists anonymous in today's patch. And I'm filming this in the past. I'm filming this in 2022. So, but they just made it anonymous. So now I can go in there not as Soul Benji, but as Mysterious Stranger, and people won't just gang up on me all the time. So that's why I've been using an alt character to do that. But it's still a really decent method of silver once you know the PvP and you know the game. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got. Check out my other videos on gathering. Check out my other videos on skinning if you want to play the current meta for making silver. Alright, apparently, people's #1 goal in this game is to own a Mammoth. Okay, that's one of these bad boys, a transport Mammoth. This one's Masterpiece, of course. You never want to get anything below Masterpiece. But apparently this is a lot of players' dream, to get this mount. Because you can hold so much stuff, and it's just a status symbol, it's big, it looks cool, whatever, right? Well, all you gotta do is, just go skin animals for 80 hours, and it's yours. That's all you gotta do, and this thing is actually going down in value, it's kind of scary. This thing was 173 million a week ago, now it's 162.8 million in value. So, they're getting cheaper. Just go skin for 80 hours and go buy one, it's that easy. Make your dreams come true in a few weeks. It's not that hard. Anyway, I'm Swole Benji. Thanks for watching. As always, be a bro and stay swole. Make sure you leave a like. I read every single comment, but I may not reply to them all. But I do read them all. Also, videos every single day on this channel, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss tomorrow's video. If any of this helped you or you found it interesting, I have some really good money-making methods for members only. Scroll down below this video, click that join button, $5 a month. It's like subscribing on Twitch, but it's on YouTube, which is better. There is a members-only playlist in the pinned comment, so go check that out. If any of those videos interest you, you just want to support me for $5 a month, then become a channel member. It's super, super good. I promise you that. It's my alternative to like Patreon or filling these videos full of stupid products you'll never buy. So I try to give you value. Anyway. With that said, on the right side of your screen is a video that you should absolutely click. Go ahead and click that. Join the Discord, link in the description, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Also, if you see anyone talking crap about me on Reddit, make sure to defend me. Who cares about downvotes? Just stir the pot for me. Just get them riled up, and thank you so much. See you tomorrow.